Palestinian Ambassador to the UK, Hussam Zomlot, was consulted for that report on Gaza. Nida Ibrahim asked him about the importance of the findings from the Palestinian perspective.
This report is very important in really stating one major fact, that the core of all issues is Israel's occupation, and it has got to end. And by the way, how simple this statement sounds, we have been missing this conversation. So for such a Foreign Affairs Committee in the Parliament to come back and put things into perspective, that's a step in the right direction. And by the way, let me say this, the report is not comprehensive, but the overall direction is in the right direction. We do need to see more active engagement by the UK. We do need to see the UK taking its responsibilities, legal responsibilities, seriously.
The committee recommends the UK recognize a Palestinian state while there is still a state to recognize alluding to the Israeli illegal settlement building. How significant is this?
That is very key. That is very key. Recognizing the state of Palestine is long overdue, particularly by the UK, given the history of Britain, the first step towards righting that historic wrong.
The committee explicitly calls on the UK, along with France, the co-signatories of the 1916 Sykes-Picot Agreement, to recognize Palestine. Can we say this is the first time a UK Parliament committee talked about the historic responsibility of the Balfour Declaration and the UK's role in that?
What is really first time is this serious attention and engagement with the issue of Palestine, the Palestinian cause, by the UK Parliament as represented by the Foreign Relations, the Foreign Affairs Committee. Now, to convene 8 extensive sessions, tens of experts, officials, ministers, ambassadors, what have you, over a period of time to come up with this report is something that we welcome.
And Mr. Zomlot, the report calls for banning settlement good imports and extending sanctions to all businesses in the occupied West Bank settlements. Is this the first time we hear that? And do you expect these recommendations to be implemented?
Well, implementation is a matter of governments, but this is not a small measure. When the Foreign Affairs Committee of the British Parliament comes up with this recommendation, very straightforward recommendation, that's a major step in the right direction. That is another serious pressure point on the government. This is not just a human rights organization or a civil society institution. This is the Parliament.
Too little, too late. That's how the committee describes the UK's role so far. How do you see that?
Saying that Britain has been always doing too little, too late is a major, major statement, and it's an accurate statement. Given that it has a seat in the Security Council, a permanent seat in the Security Council, given the relationship with Europe, with the US, with the region, yes, the UK has been doing too little, too late for a long, long time. We're talking about 108 years. I am starting the clock from the Balfour Declaration. So this is about time that such a committee in the Parliament is telling their government, move and move faster. Action is required, not just words. You may have seen the last couple of days front pages of not very left-wing oriented papers like the Daily Express having images of babies dying of starvation, is all putting pressure, including through the Parliament, all the way to Downing Street, I mean the Prime Minister and the Prime Minister's office.